It's not been the best week for me, and I wanted something that was going to lift my spirits for not a huge amount of money, but perhaps make me feel better about myself. And that's when I came up with the idea of this video. Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel, Hey Spring Chicken. My name is Cordelia, and if you're a returning visitor, it's good to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today's topic is a 3 for 2 that I found in a local drugstore. I came up with the idea of a 3 for 2 purely by accident. I mentioned in my last video that I am feeling a bit flat, a bit fed up, and I don't really know why. It's probably to do with the wet weather that we're having here. And ways of cheering myself up are makeup, like lipsticks, and not just makeup. I find that if I pamper myself and if I put on the makeup, it does give me a lift. While I think about it, let me take my... These little pads are a K-Beauty product. They're Hydrogel Rose Patch Bulgarian Rose Water. Now, I have featured them before, but I do find that in this weather, when it's cold, when it's windy, that if I put these on every 3 or 4 days, they do plump up the eyes. So back to the story, the 3 for 2. I visited Superdrug, which is one of our local drugstores in the UK, and across the board they had 3 for 2 on all of their brands, and I thought, right, I really like Elf, I really like Revolution, and the reason I like these companies is because they do excellent products, wide range of products, and they offer really good substitutes and dupes for some of the high-end products. I spent an hour and a half looking for various products. What a joyful way to spend a miserable afternoon. And I arrive at the checkout and he said, "Madam, you've only got 5 items here." Having been an hour and a half choosing the various products, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Rushed back, picked up Obsessed Bronze. I thought, well, that sounds good. I didn't have time to check it, didn't have time to do anything. And then as I get to the checkout, he said, "Oh, sorry, madam, I made a mistake. You have got 6 products here." So now I bought 7. So I had to pay for it. I thought, what a great idea for some film content. Revolution this week and Elf next week. So that's what we're doing. Today we're filming Revolution, Make My Face, with 3 products. And the 3 products we're using is the brand new, very highly regarded serum, which is Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll see that I've already featured the tinted serum, and I love them. My skin does not suit matte foundations at all, so we're going to use that. The other product that we're going to use is a Revolution palette. Now, this Revolution palette is a little shiny. This should be interesting. So we're going to use this as a highlighter, contour, but we're also going to use this as some eyeshadow. And finally, we have a lip gloss called Pout Balm. Now, it is just really a lip gloss, but I do like them. So that's what we're going to do today. I just want to say, now you're in close, that I do like to put makeup on most days. It just sort of makes me feel better and able to face the world. What I have on my face at the moment is my Trini Bounce Back, and I also have an SPF, and this is Birch Juice, and Birch Juice comes from South Korea. Absolutely love both of these. So these are on my skin now. I've thoroughly cleansed it. I've had the eye patches on, which hopefully will give a little bit of extra moisture. I am struggling at the moment, and I have got a few dry patches in there. I am going to, it's not cheat a little, but I am going to use Elf primer, and it works really well with the serums. Not all serums, because some of the serums it will pill. This is called Paula's Putty Primer. I really love it, so let me just show you. And then I'm going to add, see there? So I'm going to mix them together, and then I'm just going to put it on like it's a moisturizer. So I don't need a brush, I don't need a sponge, on we go. So as you can see, it is applying like a moisturizer. You might better see there it's pilling, but don't worry about pilling, we can get round it. But what I like is that it just gives a glowing look to the skin. I previously purchased the Revolution concealer, and honestly, I'm not a fan. It emphasised my under eye wrinkles. So what I'm going to do is cheat a little, and I'm just going to use my BFF serum, which is my Trini serum, and I'm just going to dab this on under my eye. You can use a concealer brush, but I choose not to. Obvious advantage to having tattooed eyebrows is that you don't have to do too much, or there's a nice follow line. So I found, well actually I didn't find, I was watching Pampered Wolf and she featured this Maybelline brow stick with gel, and I thought, yeah, that's good, let's try it. So although this isn't 3 for 2, it did come out of the Superdrug chemist, and it was very reasonably priced. You can actually individually paint on hairs. Now I'm always a bit shaky and one eye of mine doesn't work, so it's very difficult, but this seems to work. Next we're going to do contour and bronzing. I'm going to use the plain, the matte there, and I will add a little bit of shimmer. I am very much a shimmer person. Load up my brush, my angled brush, tap it off. Do it in a C shape and then down into an E shape. Let's add a little bit of blush. I'm going to use that blush there. It's been a while since I've used a powder brush. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix a bit of blush with highlighter. I don't want a great deal of highlighter because it is daytime look, so I'm going to mix these two together. And just do a little highlight up there, not a huge amount, across the top there, down the bridge of the nose. And I will do a little highlight on my eyelid. So the bronzer is quite dark. You may need to lift that if it's during the day. Using the same palette, we're going to use what I used for my bronzer, which is obviously darker than my actual skin tone, but we're going to do a very light eyeshadow. So I'm just doing a little bit of contouring there. It is really going to be minimal. So just rest it on your cheek. It gives that little bit of extra support. So what I'm trying to do is, because I have these sort of big hoods, I'm just raising it above there, and it gives the optical illusion of bigger eyes than I've actually got. So keep the eyes open and just go a little bit above, and it's just a few shades above your own skin tone. A little bit of mascara. Okay, this didn't come from Superdrug, this came from Boots the Chemist, and it is my tubing mascara. So what I'm doing today is a very simple makeup. Lip liner. So I'm using a Maybelline lip liner. And finally, my lip gloss. I do really like lip gloss, and it really does cheer me up. Silly, I know. Oh, meant to show you, didn't I? There you go. This is really thick. So finished. I was just checking myself as well. I've got my glasses on because I haven't got any contact lens in. So what do you think? I personally am quite pleased. It's quite what I would call a crisp look, and it's novel for me not to use a lot of shimmer. The products, as I mentioned, were just these 3 products. Granted, I did use my eyebrow pencil, but there was a Maybelline, and I did use my Boots Chemist tubing mascara. But that was all I used. This didn't take me very long. I think it only took about 5 minutes. And this really does cheer me up. Whatever cheers you up, then I say go for it. And if it's just a lipstick, and if you can afford it, then do it. Because editor just said you're worth it, and you are worth it. You are beautiful. So that's what I've done this week. I walked into Superdrug, spent an inordinately long time in there, but it gave me such pleasure and just took me away from all of the things that are bothering us at the moment. We all have little problems, so whatever it is, you do it too. And leave in the comments below what cheers you up, what little things lift your spirits. For me, it's often a lipstick or it's doing some makeup. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you, and I do appreciate every single one of your comments. And press the like button. When you press the like button, it lets the algorithm know that I'm doing something right, just like it does when you ding that bell. And that will alert you to content that we're uploading like this every single week. And while you're at it, subscribe. The algorithm loves it when you subscribe, and it helps our channel grow. But in the meantime, so enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, weekend, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully you've got some dry weather, and I will see you soon. Thank you. So whilst I was in Superdrug, I thought, what a great film idea would do. We have been, that's the door, isn't it? And it's got to be signed, so pause it.
You made that word up.
Yeah.
Love stress.
Let me just get rid of that eyebrow.
What eyebrow, hon?
It's a white one there.
No.
Yeah, it is.